Hey guys, I wanted to do a video for you guys. How do you get into motorcycle riding? You have no idea where to start, how to start, where to even to go. One thing, you did make the right decision by trying to do some research and by at least looking into it. I didn't start riding till I was in college. I started riding because I seen someone else who I went to high school with. He got a bike, and I was like, wow, dude, you have a bike now, We were going to a basketball game and he just pulled up and I was like, wow, dude, you have a motorcycle. That's amazing. And I asked him, how did he start? What did he do? He told me what he did, how he took the MFS course, and from there got his endorsement, then he bought a bike and then he started riding. So steps. Your first step is going to be definitely to do some research. Ask other people, get some questions. You're doing the right thing now by looking up videos and try to get somewhat of understanding of what the different bikes are. And if you have no idea about bikes, you have no idea. Like, they all look the same to you. Obviously, you can tell the difference between a cruiser and a super sport. With like a dirt bike or a dual sport bike, you can tell they look different, but you really don't know all the little differences between all the different bikes. But after you get some research done, you know a little bit, not a lot, but you know a little bit. Take your MFS course. I don't know about all the different states, what their laws are, what everything is, but here in New York State, once you take that course, for me, I think it was like $250 or $275. It was a 3-day course, one night and 2 actual riding courses. We did it in class and then we did 2 full days of riding. It was a weekend. It was like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. For me, that was my first time ever getting on a bike, ever really seeing a bike. My first time doing any of that type of stuff. When you first get on, it's a little bit intimidating. Trust me, it's gonna feel a little bit intimidating. But once you get on it and you start to get a little bit more comfortable, you really start to, get a better sense of everything. So once you take your MFS course, what they did for us, they gave us our endorsement. Basically, that was our license. We went down to the DMV. I think it was like an extra $25 we had to pay, but you basically got your license. So the DMV, they'll send you a new license. They'll say M on it as well. So for a motorcycle. Still at this point in time, for me, I didn't know that much still. Like, that was my only time riding. So it's not like I had another bike to just practice on. So I didn't get a chance to, I didn't ride another bike until I got, my own bike. So, and that also brings up the type of bike that you want to buy. I know there's plenty of people out there who's going to be like, yeah, dude, I started off on a, 600, started off on a liter bike, I'm fine, I did all this, I did all that, whatever, blah, 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 blah. That's cool for them. For me personally, I don't want to kill myself. I'm not saying that you can't do it and it's impossible. But for me personally, I don't want to kill myself. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go with a Ninja 250. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. One, they're a little bit cheaper. And when I say cheaper, I mean more reasonable. For me, I got an older bike, like a 1987. If you look on my YouTube channel, you're gonna see me riding around that 1987 Ninja 250 EX. Thing was old, but it was reliable. I got it for like $1,100. Pretty cheap, reliable. It was fun. And you know what I did? I learned everything I had to learn on that bike. 2, reason why I bought a Ninja 250 is because you can resell them. Guess what? Every spring there's new riders. 3, the bike itself was really manageable. I was able to, get on it and really learn how to develop it, really learn the skills that I needed without being able to make those costly mistakes. Like I said before, I know people out there are going to say, yeah, I started off on a liter bike, I started off on this, started off on that. That's fine for them. For me personally, I didn't. I'm just telling you my story. Those were the 3 main reasons why I did buy that. Like I said before, 1, it was cheaper. 2, I was able to resell it back, and for 3, I was able to really learn on that bike and not, go crazy. Getting back to the whole point of when I started to ride, I didn't really know much. I started out, I actually, when I went to go pick it up, I found it on Craigslist. I'm gonna make a separate video on Craigslist buying bikes, make a whole nother video. But when I bought that bike, I brought someone with me from my church to come with me because he knew about bikes and he rode bikes. And I asked him to ride it home, so he did. You know, he rode it home. I didn't really understand. I didn't ride until late at night. I was like, okay, hey, I'm gonna just go up and down the street. You know, and that's what I did. I went up and down the street, tried to really understand, tried to really figure things out. I stalled out. My God, I don't know how many times. I tried to just get that basic instinct down of shifting up, down, up, down. For me, the hardest part was stopping and then starting up again. But once you get that down, you know, you really start advancing your skills. So, and then finally, what I did, I rode that bike all the way until I maxed it out and I got bored. I basically got bored on it and I wanted something bigger. That's when I sold it. That's when I moved on to my next bike. But I just want to say, so anyone who's out there, you're trying to learn how to ride, I'm gonna say this: definitely take your MFS course. You're doing the right thing by doing some research. Continuously to do that. Do research. Try to understand as much as you can. Try to absorb all that knowledge that you possibly can. Overall, the cost for me to get into motorcycling, it was less than $2,000. What did I buy? I bought, well, obviously my course was less than $300 to get my license. Extra $200. My bike was $1,100. Then my gear, I went kind of cheap on some of my gear, which I kind of regret that. But now obviously I'm upgrading because I'm getting much larger bike, much better gear. My helmet was, I think, like $200. So overall, it was less than $2,000 to start off and to actually start riding. It's fun, and I'm so happy that I did it. So happy that I jumped in. So I encourage anyone else out there, if you want to start riding, go for it. You know, people are gonna try to persuade you, trying to say, don't do this, don't do that. But no, you know what? If you really love it, go ahead, just do it. Go ahead. Sometimes you gotta just say, hey, I'm gonna just do this. Something I want to do, and I'm gonna do it. You know, don't let people persuade you. People are gonna try to. They're gonna tell you horror stories about someone that they know, something about that. But you know what? Sometimes you just gotta just go for it. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe. We're gonna have tons and tons of more videos. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.